You know, guys, I gotta be honest with you. Probably one of the most annoying things about your modern day actor or actress is that all of them just don't seem to know their film history. Almost all of them seemingly have this idea in their mind that every single role that they play is somehow the first of something, right? Like, you guys get what I mean. Like, it's one of those things where it is almost always women. I never see men doing this. Now that I think about it, I had to double back for a second. Jennifer Lawrence is probably the most prime example of this nonsense. And yet it seems like Rachel Zegler is trying to be that woman now. So we have an article here from Bounding Into Comics that has a headline that says Rachel Zegler claims that The Hunger Games was the first story to depict a female character that was anti-establishment and anti-government. I am almost positive that this woman has absolutely no idea about the world around her other than the fact of what she's doing. That is such a ridiculous statement to make, and I want to see more context to it. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says Rachel Zegler shared that she believes the Hunger Games novels by Suzanne Collins were the first stories depicting a young woman as anti-establishment and anti-government. I want to make something very clear really quick before we go into the article. These people, what they do now is they try to drum up rage clicks, right? So they try to drum up some sort of controversy. They try to say something that they know is going to get a lot of backlash. Obviously, I'm making a video on it right now. They know that if they do this stuff, they're going to get a lot of people talking about them. And they almost always do this whenever a new movie or TV show is going to come out. This is their way of marketing now. This is what they're told to do. Do you really think that this woman truly believes this? You know what? Maybe she does, because she is pretty stupid. But the point is, you get what I'm saying. Like, she is not that stupid. None of them are that stupid. They know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly what to say because they're being told what to say by their PR teams. They're being told what to say by their marketing team. In a pre-recorded promotional video for the upcoming The Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Rachel Zegler said that The Hunger Games kind of started that ear of like the Divergent and the Shadowhunters. She elaborated, it was like she was really Suzanne was the first to write this young woman who was anti-establishment, anti-government, and really standing up for what's right in really unconventional way without an air of sweetness. There was nothing cordial about her either. She was very rough around the edges, and it was amazing to read that. Let's watch this video and see exactly what she says. I like playing the video to see. Check this out.
The Hunger Games kind of started that era of like Divergent and Shadowhunters, Suzanne was the first to write this young woman who was anti-establishment, anti-government, and really standing up for what's right in a very unconventional way, without an air of sweetness or even there was nothing cordial about her either. She was very rough around the edges, and it was amazing to read that.
So you guys can tell, again, like I said earlier in the video, that she has a very, very, very small worldview. If she thinks that this is the first story to be anti-government, anti-establishment with a woman in the lead, man, she has a lot of research she needs to do. She really, really does. It says, ironically, Zegler's comments are similar to actress Jennifer Lawrence, there you go, who starred as Katniss Everdeen in the original The Hunger Games film. Lawrence claimed in an interview with Viola Davis as part of Variety's Actor on Actors bit, I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead. And it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every single one of those beliefs and proves that it's just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies. She continued, to keep certain people in the same positions that they've always been in. It's just amazing to watch it happen and watch you at the helm. Isn't it ironic that two of the most hated women on the internet also are making basically the same statements in the same exact movie franchise? I mean, I'm starting to think that this is not an accident here. You know what I mean? Lawrence would eventually walk back her comments, telling The Hollywood Reporter, that's certainly not what I meant to say at all. Yeah, sure. She elaborated, I know that I'm not the only woman who has ever led an action film. What I meant to emphasize was how good it feels. Those are two totally different things, by the way. And I meant that with Viola to blow past these old myths that you hear about the chatter that you would hear around that kind of thing, but it was my blunder and it came out wrong. I had nerves talking to a living legend. We're going with that now. As for Zegler's comments about Collins being the first person to write about young women being anti-government and anti-establishment, George Lucas might like to have have a word, given Princess Leia clearly was anti-government and anti-establishment in Star Wars. One can even look at real historical figures as well and point out to how absurd the comment is. Saint Joan of Arc, the patron saint of France, led French forces against England as well as the Burgundians. She would eventually be captured by the Burgundians, turned over to English, and martyred. And I mean, that's pretty straightforward, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't get why Rachel Zegler would say something so stupid. You know, then again, Jennifer Lawrence said the same exact thing, just with a twist. And it seems to be that these women in Hollywood, they want to be the first at everything, right? They want to be the first at something important to them or something that they deem is important. And considering that Rachel Zegler Snow White film got delayed to 2025, and that's going to be a whole separate video, so stay tuned for that. Considering that that movie got pushed back to 2025, I think it's damn hilarious that she's now, you know, trying to hold on to Hunger Games, because this is her shining star right now. This is what's going to be her next West Side Story. This is going to be that movie that she's going to lose a lot of money on and then somehow, some way claim to be successful around it. It doesn't make any sense, but this is where we're at right now. And again, I want to make it very clear, I don't necessarily believe that she is that stupid. I think that she knows exactly what she is saying. I think she knows exactly what it takes to keep her name in the headlines. And let's be real, this strike that was happening over the course of time, I guarantee you people like Rachel Zegler were losing their mind being unable to cause drama. They were losing their mind in their mansions or whatever the hell she lives because she couldn't keep her name in the headlines. There were no headlines. Nobody was allowed to speak. I guarantee you it was driving her nuts. So somebody like Rachel Zegler, now that the strike is over or seemingly close to being over, I don't even know, man, because the strike, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off, who knows. But now that they're able to speak about their projects, this is a very clear, desperate move to try to put her name back in the headlines, to try to get herself relevant again before the actual Hunger Games movie comes out. So this is going to be something that's going to happen time and time again. Obviously, we always talk about it, we always report on it, because it's funny, man. It's funny to make fun of these people that are so desperate to have any sort of relevancy whatsoever. Like, she's a hitman. I really consider Rachel Zegler to be a hit woman, okay? She is a hit woman with movies. If you put her in a movie, it is guaranteed to die, okay? That's basically it. Like, if you put her in a movie, she is guaranteed to lose you all of the money that you probably could have made if you put someone else there. So it's just going to be one of those situations, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be obviously here for the ride. I cannot wait to see what Hunger Games does, and I highly doubt that it's going to do any sort of money, but obviously time will tell. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.